and welcome back to my series on making a platform game in Microsoft Makecode. So, I can go back to your game you made, where we gonna have all this code and the stuff here. We're gonna start off with making jumping. Jumping will be a big part of the game so the player doesn't die. So, what we want to do is we want to go into controller right here and take out on A button pressed. So now when, let's say, if you any code you put in here, that will happen when the A button gets pressed. So, first of all, now you got this. We want to go into the logic section. This will give us, like, if something's true, then it does that. So, if true, take out the if true block. Now, hang on. You can take out this one too. But all you would have to do is delete and just press the minus, and it becomes this block right there. So, if you press plus on this one, then it has that of a block. So now we want to go back into logic and take out a comparison block, the one of the equal sign. You can take out one of these and change it to an equal sign. I would just take out the one that already has it to make your life easier. Not easier, but to make this part faster. So now, since we have that, we want to go into the sprites category, find my sprite X, and put it right here. This will, and again, change that to player sprite. So it's doing our player or whatever you named your player sprite. And change the X to velocity Y. I think, yeah, velocity Y. Now you do not need to change this number. Okay? You do not need to change this number. So now go back into sprites. Go set my sprite velocity to 50 VY 50. So, and again, change that to whatever you name the player. Now we're gonna keep this one the same, 50. You could mess around with them if you want. I'm going to change this one to negative 160. Now when we load into our game, we can jump. But as you see, we just fly forever, and we can jump as many times as we want. That's not good. So we want to stop that because we don't want our player to just be able to fly over the whole level. So, oh, also one thing. So this camera block right here, it allows you to take a photo of your game. You don't have to do that, but if you just want to take a photo of your game and show it to your friends, then you can do that. So, now, go back over to start. Go back into sprites. You wanna, where is it? It's set my sprite oh wait, it's this one right here. Take that out, change that to AY, acceleration Y, and like 360, and yeah, change that to player. If you have any errors in your code, it will not run the game. So basically what this does is it detects that the player, basically, it just make the makes it how fast the player starts moving. So now we need to figure out how to make it so our player doesn't fly. Which I'm looking on how I did it. So I do not remember. Alright, so I found it. So basically what you want to do is you want to press this plus button. Then you'll have 100 and 100. Change the VY to 0. And that will make it so if you press your up button, the player does not just fly upwards. You can only move left and right now and fall. So now we got our cool mechanics done. We got winning and all that. So now we want to add enemies in different levels. Because this is easy. All you gotta do for me is jump over 2 holes and do the chest and you win. So we're now going to use functions. Functions for levels, to me, they're pretty easy to use. So you want to click advanced if you don't have it, like I don't, because like advanced should be at the bottom. You want functions, not images or arrays. Functions. We'll name this one. Let's go level 2. You gotta have spaces. Yeah. So now we got this thing right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the chest to like a door. You don't have to, because this is gonna lead to our next level. So now we want to change. We want to delete this. We don't have to delete it, but we don't need it right now. So this won't do anything for now. So now you want scene on player overlaps of tile again. Change it to the tile you're making your door. Your thing that leads into the next level. Go back into functions and use call whatever you name your level 2 function. Now what this does is once the player overlaps with the tile, it will run this code right here that will start it. So we want to go back in the scene. So first of all, you do not need the same chem fall sprite, chem move player with button, set player sprite, or background code. You don't need that, because that happens on start. So it happens as soon as the game starts. This happens if the player overlaps with something. So, like the tile in this example. Go to scene. If you want to change the background for this level, feel free to. I'll do that just to show. I'll change it to like a darker blue. So, right, if we go over here, see the background changes to a dark blue. But now, nothing else happens. You don't want that. So, we're gonna go scene, set tile map to, and bring it here. And we're gonna draw our tile map. Feel free, I'm gonna use darker blocks since I'm making it nighttime, and I would make the level longer than your first level in hard. So I would do 40 for mine. And I'm gonna make it deeper just in case, like, I won't go. Let's go 20. So now, if you want to, you can add stuff lower, higher, and all that stuff. So, back to my tiles. You can use this depth block. Actually, I'm gonna make a new one. If I'm right, it's in dungeon. No. Okay. We're gonna make lava. So, we want... Hang on, so... You can draw your lava block. You don't have to. Because I'm pretty sure there is already a lava block somewhere in here. I'm pretty sure it's in this area right here. Yup, see? Lava. You don't have to change to lava. I just think it will look better if we got lava. So I'm gonna put that down here. So now, we're just gonna change our passcode up slightly. So instead of the blue block, I'm gonna make it lava. Then go back to your original tile map. This is just what I'm doing. You can have the same depth block you had before. And I'm just gonna fill it in with lava. Boom, easy peasy. It wasn't really that hard. So now, you go here. You can... Yeah, you just die immediately because we don't have like... warning. Well, I saw it did teleport us to another level. So, it works. So go back in and draw your level. Okay, so same thing as last time. Use the fill tool. Go over every single one of your platforms with the fill bucket and fill it in with walls. So then you got all this done. So now you wanna press done. Now actually first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a door down, but you can do the same set player position on tile map to the wherever you want them to be. I'm gonna place a door down like that. So when the player if I'm right, we go to scene and place my sprite on top of random. Player sprite and choose that door. So now what should happen is when you go up here, you get teleported that level. But it just fails, so I wouldn't know what happened. Yeah, so that's not supposed to happen. There's clearly something wrong. So sometimes this doesn't work that well, I will say. So what you can do, you can have the tile there, and then you can place a wall over it, and then you can have the player be spawn right next to it with the tile map, with the place on top of tile map column. So for me, I have 110. So we go over here. We spawn right next to the door and can't go back over to it because we don't want to play going back to the same level. So play text level, make sure it's beatable. Like mine's clearly not beatable, so I gotta add. That was tough. So right here as well, I have my problem with my level. So just go back, fix anything you need to do. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just, yeah. You don't have to use the fill tool. Any tool you use with a wall, now if you want to erase a wall, have the wall thing selected, eraser, and you can just erase a wall. Now, next video, I'm pretty sure I'll talk about invisible platforms that the player can fall through to trick them. So that'll be fun. So now we got that done. So if we go back to now play testing, you can go over. Yeah, see, now we can't go that jump. So wanna edit that to be beatable. Cause if your game's not beatable, players are not gonna like it. Trolling is fine. Trolling is fine if you want like to joke around them with invisible platforms. But if your game's not completely beatable and it's like impossible, then anyone who plays your game will not like it that much. Because, of course, they can't beat it. So now we got all of that. Now, it's time to talk about coins. Coins? Now this will be fun. So, we want to take out hang on. So this would be in the full element value of this. I would just edit it over here first of all. Actually, if you're gonna have coins in your first level, then put the element value block in the first area. So any coins you put here. Now, first of all, we want to make our own tile. We're gonna use fill tool and just make it a giant yellow block. Name it. Let's do coin place holder. And place it anywhere you want your coins to be. Now we got that. So list, that doesn't really want what we do. Well, yeah, it doesn't want. So we want to change it and go to. We want to find the array of all tile locations and place it right there so it places the list. You take the list out if it's there. Change it to your yellow block. So now any location, any code you got in here for that location, it will play that. So now we're gonna take a new sprite, pull it out, rename it to. I'm gonna delete the list variable because I don't really need that. So if you do delete a variable, you gotta pull it back out here. So rename anyone, we'll make a new one. Coin. And then you want to draw a coin. So I'll do that real fast. I would use the circle tool because it's good for making coins. It is a little confusing to use it, but once you get it, it's easy. You can feel free to make the coin anything you want and just change how it looks. This is how I'm making mine because it looks good. So if it's not in the center, please put it in the center. It would be a nightmare to get it working if it's not in the center. So about this, coins like this. You want like this. Name it coin sprite. Now we got that. So we got a coin sprite, and it doesn't do anything in our game yet because we haven't done it yet. So we want to do animate the coin. So we're gonna animate this. Make sure it's in the right section and put it on loop for, let's go, 90. Rename this, what? So we can't do that. Variables. Coin. Now we go to my assets, it's not there because, yeah, and then there's no coin in the gallery. So you need to redraw your coin. Fast, so literally just copy it. It's easy, you gotta believe me. Like, round one. So it's just why is this not working? There we go, okay. So literally just redraw it the same way you drew it before. So now we got this. Same thing as last time, position it correctly. If we don't, that would be a big problem. So now we got this. So we want to make it look like it's spinning. So to do that, we are gonna use this tool right here. Take all of this, one side, and bring it in. Same for the other side. Oh, so actually, you wanna copy this frame first. And on the new one, do what I just did. Like that, but now the coins, if you play the animations, it's moving, so you want to duplicate this, make it even smaller. Now the reason we're making it smaller is this is going to give off the illusion that it's spinning, and in reality it's just getting smaller. So now, duplicate this one and do the exact same thing that we've been doing. Just like that. Then duplicate. Like this. Duplicate again, I think. yeah, duplicate one more time. Take this and just pull that in. And now we got that. So now when the animation plays, the coin spinning once, which we don't want that. So now, copy this animation and pull it down under there. And this one all the way down. Then this one all the way down again. And repeat all of that. So now when the animation plays, the coin looks like it's spinning. You don't want to copy this one because then it will look like it stopped, which you don't want that. So now name it coin spin. Name it anything you want. I'm just naming it coin spin. So now we got a spinning coin, which it's still spinning out game yet. So we want to go back in the scene and find it is. If you can't find it, and search it up like I'm gonna do. So place. Oh, so it's this one right here. Now it's being done. Again, so you want to change that to coin. Go to variable, pull out value, and do that. So this does is it places the spinning coin on top of the yellow block. But the yellow block's still there, we don't want that. So what we do is we will set this again value. So again, this will make the block transparent. The yellow block behind the coin should now be transparent. So yeah, so we want, that's not working because it says coin, not value. That was my fault. It shouldn't say that for you if you do it right. So now, see, we got a spinning coin, but nothing happens when we walk over it. We don't want that. So, go back up. You can put it right here, honestly. You want scene on player overlaps at is on. Okay, so not this one. You want on kind sprite of kind player overlaps of kind player. You want to change that to. Well, first you want to make a new kind and rename this one, and make a new one and name it coin. And go over here, kind coin. So then what we're gonna do is we are gonna go into info and change scroll by. You can make it anything. I'm gonna make it 10. That seems reasonable. Then you wanna go. Then what happens is we can walk over to the coin. Our score goes up. But you see, we can just stand there and our score goes up forever. So you want to find destroy. Not my sprite, you want to destroy my coin. I guess if you want, you can go into music and play this sound. I don't think I would. I'll test it out and see if. So instead of coin, you want other sprite. Because it's not checking if the sprite's a coin. It's just checking if the other sprite. So now the sound effect plays when you collect a coin and your score goes up to 30. Now, coins on level 2. If I'm right, this is how you do it. So, I'm gonna delete that. Same thing as last time. Tile. Place your coins wherever you want them to spawn. It's like that for me. Then you want to duplicate all this code you did. If I'm right, it won't transfer over to the function. And if it's too big and hits one of these, then just move it. So now we go into level 2. See how coins are here, and we can collect our money. Now, even though we're not getting to 100 yet, we are still gonna do something. So, in info, go to on score 100. You want to go back into info, do anything you want. I'm gonna change life by 1, so they get an extra life. Do this as many times as you want. If you want more, like 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, all that stuff. But you should honestly only be getting 100 lives, 100 score in the first few levels. So, but yeah, so basically what you do if you want this to happen, again, just duplicate it. Instead of on score 100, change it to like 200 or 300, whatever you want. Then the same thing will happen. So now we want enemies. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing we did for coin, just differently. So go back to loops for element value. Again, we're gonna make a new tile. If you want to make it anything you want, I'm gonna make it red for enemy. So then place this wherever you want an enemy to spawn. Now, if you want a better tutorial on how to make enemies, go check out the Microsoft Makecode official channel, because that's how you learn to do this color, the enemies and the coin. So yeah, go check their channel, because it's the official channel. They have really good videos about how to do all this stuff. I honestly wouldn't. Okay, anyway, so now we're gonna make another new sprite. Set my sprite to kind. Player will take that out. I'm gonna change my sprite to, let's go, pot. You can name it flower if you're doing a flower, but I'm doing a pot. So also rename out a new kind. Pot. And then if you're doing a pot or something that's already in the gallery, just scroll down and see if you can find it. So like, yeah, see those flowers here. Another flower. I'm going to take this one right here. I'm gonna name this pot. AKA enemy spawn. So this will spawn our enemy. So So now you want to place the same thing as last time. Place pots do not need an animation, so forget the animation block. Make that pot. And then this one again. So now, when you find the red square, it should be a... Oh, I've got to the array of all locations. Yeah, make sure you do the array of all locations, because if you don't, then everything in here won't work. So then when you load in, that red square should be a pot. Unless there's an arrow. Yep, there's an arrow. So again, just change that to whatever you did. And now, see, it's a pot. Nothing happens because you haven't done that yet. So we are gonna take another on-spec kind player with overlaps. Change that to whatever you named your kind. You want to destroy the yellow sprite. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go make this an enemy right here. We're gonna go enemy 1. And just leave it like that, because we're gonna do something later. So what just happened? Oh, hang on. So I'm going to, yeah, if you make a mistake, just press the undo button. It's easy, and you don't have to go back and redo your whole entire code. Animation. Animate my sprite. We're not gonna want pot. Yeah, we're gonna want pot. We're not pot. Enemy 1. Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna loop it. Now I'm gonna do a bat, like I said. So find the bat. So then this is our bat. But as you see, the animation way too slow. So I'm gonna try and change that to 200. See how that is. See, it's better, but still a little slow to me. So 100. So 100 frames per second. That's fast enough. Now, I deleted the frame of him standing still so it doesn't look like he's stopping. He's constantly moving. So that just makes it look better. You don't have to. So feel free to have that the same. So you want to go. Now we want sprites, set, enemy position. Now we're gonna have to do some math. Just trust me, it's easy. So you want to go into here and find plus and place that into X. Then you want my sprite X. Change that to, again, change that to enemy 1, then enemy 1 again. X, then, oh, was a plus. Then do it right, okay. So yeah, you want to have it in the, you gotta try and get it right and down. Like that. So then you want to change that to 80. That's how that's what I'm doing it. You can play around with it if you want. Then this one, you want, for Y you want minus. First, same thing as last time. Take that out. And change this one, the X to Y. And put that right there. And go 80. And if it keeps doing that, then go enemy 1. So now we got that. And then we want to make it so we want to set my enemy. So enemy 1 follow player sprite, or whatever your name is, player. So now we click pop, a bat should come down. Unless it's glitched, which it shouldn't be. I did it correctly. I'm not doing it right. Okay, so clearly I didn't do something right. Oh, okay. So yeah, instead of that, you want player sprite in these 2 spots. So that should now. Yep, and now bat comes. They don't do anything though. That's a problem. We want them to take a life away, or if we're above them, we want to kill them or destroy the sprite. Not, yeah, just squash them. How about that? So, we want to find the on sprite of kind player, overlaps of kind player again. Change that to enemy because our bat's a kind of enemy. And then make destroy again. Pull that down here. Then we're gonna go back into logic, take this block out right here. And that, yeah, so go back into logic again. Take out this block right here. So I'll compare. So we want, if my sprite, we want this one we've been using. Player Y. Then that same block again. Change it to Y. Over sprite. Now if it doesn't work, literally just take it out and do that. That will make it work. So now we have that. So we want to do if we want to change school. So I'm gonna go change school by, let's go, 20. So the school will change by 20. Else, if something else, if the player's under the bat, you want to change life by -1, so that will take away a life from the player. Got coin, pick pop. So we were above them, so we got score. Now, since we weren't above them, then we got our life taken away. Then once you get to 100, like I showed, you'll get a second life. Now, if you wanna, you can play a sound for when you get a second life. I would honestly not. Now, for when you break a pot, if they have a sound of like a pot breaking, feel free to, like, small crash, maybe that will sound good. Yeah, see, that works. Then we can have it so we have a sound play here. We go. We can go. Knock. No, not footstep. Knock, maybe. That sounds good. Yeah, that works, see? So And we have a sound you play when you get hit. Now again, sounds completely optional. They just make your game sound better. So I'm gonna go power down because you will lose no life if you get hit. So yeah, that is all for this tutorial. Hope it was easy for you guys to follow it down. And I'll see you next tutorial. Bye.